Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. It seems that my last video where I talk about wages has gone, well, a little bit mental, shall we say. It was shared by The Sun online and also on Lad Bible. I think it went on Lad Bible Australia as well. It was also shared on quite a few forums that apparently you need to join to be able to see what they're saying. And yeah, at the time of recording, it's been viewed 210,000 times. So yeah, it seems to be that quite a few of you are interested in how much money it is that either I get paid or as a HGV driver we earn. What I want to do is I just want to talk through some of the comments that were made on that video, and I'm not going to pick out specific ones because there was 1,300 of them, but more the broad spectrum of the types of things that people were saying in the comments, and yeah, just give you some of my thoughts about them and clarify some things as well. First thing that was coming up quite a lot was working time directive, because I'd done more than 60 hours that week and I'd said that's a typical week for me. Then people were saying that I would have been over my working time directive hours. That's not the case. The company I worked for had it as an average over 26 weeks, 60 hours. We opted out of the 48. But because of the type of work that I did, where I was on loading bays for hours at a time or waiting in the docks, or sometimes even waiting in my yard for a boat to arrive into the docks, it just meant that I spent a lot of time on break or on POA. Didn't typically use that because it just confuses everything. But yeah, typically on break. So although I'm doing more hours than that, I'm not actually working, driving for longer than those hours that I'm allowed to do. Never had any infringements for my working time because of going over that average over the 26 weeks all the time I was there, which was nearly 2.5 years. Now, there were a lot of comments from people saying that that's a lot of money to be earning, and to some people that will be. That's the point I try to make in that video, is it doesn't matter what money you earn as long as you're happy with it. There were several comments from people saying that they earned more money in the late 80s, early 90s. There's people doing completely different types of jobs that just aren't related at all to anything like this, saying that they earn twice as much as me. And my response for that is, good for you. Like, if that's what it is, that's what it is. If you're doing a HGV driving job and you get paid more than I do, cool, fantastic. That's fine. I don't really care. If you're doing a computer programming job in Microsoft and you earn more than me, I'm not surprised. Good for you, but whatever. I am more than happy with what I get paid in my current job and what I was being paid in my old job. Don't need to go into details too much, but my monthly expenses comes to roughly 2 weeks of my wages. So on a 4-week month or even a 5-week month, I've got 2 to 3 weeks worth of wages that are my fun token. They allow me to do anything and everything that I want to do, more or less. And my wife works as well. She runs her own successful business and earns more per year than I do. So people saying about cost of living and mortgage, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't have those worries. And I really appreciate that I'm lucky that I don't have to worry about things like that. And there are people out there that do. And that's potentially why they're looking to change career and earn more money. HGV drivers are, according to the media, on good money. Whether you think that or not, like I say, it's down to your personal circumstances. But at least people now from that video have an idea of how much money it is that they can earn after tax, but also what hours they're going to be doing, having to do nights out, etc., etc. Mentioning nights out there, some people were saying that that's a lot of time away from family, etc., etc. And for me, that comes down to what's a priority. My children, slightly older when I was doing this tramping role, so they understood that I was away working to earn money. I didn't miss out on the bedtimes, etc., those types of things. Those are not the things that my children remember. They don't remember who put them to bed, who read them a bedtime story, if I was at sports day or not. But they do remember the Disney trips, the holidays, the theatre trips, the days out, the whatever it is that we end up doing on our time off together at the weekends. Yes, there was times when I was at home. Yes, there was definitely times I wished I was at home and I was missing them. But the memories that we made at the weekends and holidays, etc., are what was more important to me, and my children understood that that's why I was going to work, to pay the bills and then allow us to do all these fun things together. Another thing people were saying was HGV driving is a hard job. Now, I am aware that there are people out there who do a much more difficult job than I was doing general haulage, or what I'm doing now, delivering the plant machinery. But honestly, like, this is the easiest job I've ever had. I've said it before in videos like this, but yeah, I'm more than happy with the work that I have to do. It's not very hard. I don't get stressed about things. Probably the most stressful part of my day is working out where I'm going to be when I want to have a bacon roll. Ultimately, it just comes down to your attitude towards the job. I can imagine a lot of these comments about the job being difficult or stressful or whatever are from people that, like I say, do more stressful jobs than me, but also don't enjoy the job anymore. They may have been doing it for 10, 15, 20 years, maybe even longer. They don't know any different. They don't know how to do another job potentially. And yeah, they're here driving trucks, not enjoying it. And that's why it's stressful. And that's why they think that the wages aren't very good and the job's rubbish, and all of those negative things that people were commenting. All I can say to people who do think this job is hard is go watch some of my other videos, my vlog videos, and you'll see I don't make my life hard. I don't work very hard. Yeah, it's actually quite easy what I do. Another thing people were saying is we should be paid more. And yeah, I'd love more money, not gonna lie. Although I'm happy with what I'm getting, more of it is always good. More fun things I can do with what I've got left. But if HGV drivers have an increase in wages, let's say they double the wages for everybody, the costs of deliveries are then going to have to go up, which means the cost of production and shipping goes up, which means the cost on the shelf for your food and your TV and your washing machine or whatever it is, because everything gets delivered by a truck at some point in its production process, just means that everybody else is just going to be paying more for things. A loaf of bread will go from £1, I don't know how much a loaf of bread is, but it'll easily double or triple in price because suddenly HGV drivers are being paid more to deliver it. So yeah, I know economics is a little bit more complicated than that, but you get the idea. So there we go. There's a little summary of some of the things that are being said within the comments that I just got fed up of typing. So I thought I'd do this video to cover some of these things off. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like, a comment, a subscribe, all of those good things. If you're wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I'll link the video I'm referring to up in the corner of the screen somewhere. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.